Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on a story that could very well keep you up at night. Today, we're diving deep, deeper than we've ever gone, into a story that has not only gripped the nation but has touched the hearts and minds of people all around the world. Imagine being young, in love, and setting off on what seems like the adventure of a lifetime. Picture the open road, the breathtaking landscapes, and the freedom that comes with it. Now, imagine that dream turning into your worst nightmare. A nightmare where not everyone makes it back. This is the haunting and deeply unsettling story of Gabby Petito, a 22-year-old whose life was tragically cut short during what was supposed to be an epic road trip with her fiancé, Brian Laundrie. This is a tale that involves love, adventure, and a tragic ending that has left us all grappling with a heavy sense of loss and countless unanswered questions. So, grab your favorite comfort snack, dim the lights, and maybe even grab a loved one, because this is a journey that will stir your soul, challenge your assumptions, and remind you just how fragile life can be. Buckle up, my friends, because this is a story you won't forget, and it starts right now. As we delve into this story, it's crucial to remember that at the heart of it all is a young woman named Gabby Petito. Gabby was not just another headline or a trending hashtag. She was a vibrant 22-year-old with hopes, dreams, and a smile that could light up a room. Born and raised in a loving family, Gabby had a zest for life that was infectious. She was the kind of person who would make friends in a heartbeat, who would give you the shirt off her back if you needed it. She was an artist, a free spirit, and a dreamer who believed in the goodness of the world. In the summer of 2021, Gabby and her fiancé, Brian Laundrie, decided to embark on what was supposed to be the adventure of a lifetime. They packed their lives into a Ford Transit white van, converting it into a cozy, mobile home. Their plan: to travel through the picturesque landscapes of several western states in the U.S., from the sun-kissed beaches of Florida to the rugged mountains of Wyoming. And they wanted to share this journey with the world, documenting their experiences on YouTube. But here's where the story takes a dark turn. What started as a dream adventure, a modern day into the wild, spiraled into something far more sinister, something that none of us could have ever anticipated. As the days of summer waned, so did the light in Gabby's story. On September 1st, Brian Laundrie returned to his home in Florida. But he was alone. The white Ford Transit van, which had been their home and symbol of freedom on the road, rolled into the driveway without Gabby. Imagine being a parent, a sibling, or a friend and learning that your loved one's partner has returned from a months-long trip without them. No calls, no texts, no explanation. The silence was deafening, and the void Gabby left behind was filled with an unsettling sense of dread. 10 agonizing days would pass before Gabby was officially reported missing. 10 days of confusion, of unanswered calls, and of sleepless nights for her family and friends. 10 days that would later prove to be crucial in a case that was rapidly spiraling into a dark abyss. The questions began to pile up. Where was Gabby? Why didn't Brian say anything? And why did it take so long for anyone to raise the alarm? Each unanswered question added another layer of complexity and another knot in the pit of our collective stomachs. As we peel back the layers of this intricate and heartbreaking story, we find that the road Gabby and Brian were on was not as smooth as the picturesque landscapes they captured on camera. No, this road had bumps, turns, and warning signs that something was terribly amiss. On August 12th, a date that will forever be etched in the timeline of this case, the police were called to intervene in Moab, Utah. A passerby had witnessed what appeared to be a domestic dispute between Gabby and Brian. But when the police arrived, what they found was not a straightforward case of domestic violence. The bodycam footage is gut-wrenching. Gabby is seen in tears, her voice trembling as she tries to explain what happened. She's visibly distressed, her eyes searching for some sort of understanding or compassion. It's a haunting image that gives us a glimpse into her emotional and mental state. She tells the police that she's been struggling with her mental health, and for a moment, the adventurous, free-spirited Gabby we saw on YouTube is replaced by a young woman grappling with inner turmoil. As we continue to unravel the threads of this complex narrative, we come across a document that adds yet another layer of ambiguity to an already perplexing story: the police report. Now, police reports are usually straightforward, filled with facts and devoid of emotion. But this one leaves us with more questions than answers. When the police arrived on the scene in Moab, they noticed something that caught their eye: scratches on Brian's face. Scratches that told a story of a physical altercation, of a struggle that went beyond mere words. Brian told the police that Gabby had struck him during an argument, but what was the argument about? What led to this physical confrontation? The report doesn't say. And here's where it gets even more puzzling. Despite the visible marks on Brian's face and Gabby's emotional state, no charges were filed. Instead, the police recorded the incident as more of a mental and emotional break rather than a domestic dispute. It's a phrase that leaves us hanging, pondering the complexities of human emotions and the fine line between love and conflict. Imagine being a parent and receiving a text message from your child that just doesn't sit right with you. a message that sends a chill down your spine, making you question if the person on the other end is really your daughter. This is exactly what happened to Gabby's mother, Nicole Schmidt, on August 27. The text message read, "Can you help Stan? I just keep getting his voicemails and missed calls." Now, Stan is Gabby's grandfather, but here's the catch: Gabby never referred to him by his first name. It was a small detail, but a detail that set off alarm bells for Nicole. It was as if the text was screaming that something was terribly wrong. And then, 3 days later, another text arrived. "No service in Yosemite." On the surface, it seems like a simple update. But when you're a mother who's already on edge, nothing is simple. Nicole and the rest of Gabby's family couldn't shake the feeling that Gabby didn't send these texts. It was as if someone else was pulling the strings, adding another layer of darkness to an already grim tale. The date was September 19th, a day that will forever be marked with sorrow and loss. After weeks of agonizing uncertainty, the worst fears were confirmed. Gabby Petito's body was found in an undeveloped camping area in the Bridger-Teton National Forest in Wyoming. The place, known for its natural beauty and serenity, had become the backdrop of a tragedy that shook us all to our core. The FBI confirmed the discovery, and with it came the devastating news: Gabby's death was ruled as a homicide. But what we don't know, what we're all anxiously waiting to find out, is the cause of her death. It's a missing piece in a puzzle that's as complex as it is heartbreaking. Imagine being her family, her friends, or anyone who had followed her journey. The news hits like a ton of bricks, leaving a void that words can't fill. It's a moment that forces us to confront the fragility of life and the dark corners of humanity. And as we sit here, grappling with the weight of this revelation, we're left with a haunting question: who could do this to Gabby? And why? As we grapple with the heart-wrenching discovery of Gabby's body, another narrative unfolds in parallel: the search for Brian Laundrie. Brian, who was once the loving fiancé documenting a dream journey with Gabby, is now a person of interest in a case that has the eyes of the nation upon it. But where is Brian? This is the question that has both law enforcement and the public scratching their heads. According to his family, Brian left for a hike on September 14th in the Carlton Reserve, a sprawling 24,000-acre nature reserve near his home in Northport, Florida. And then he vanished. No calls, no texts, no trace. It's as if the earth swallowed him whole. The Carlton Reserve is not your average park. It's a vast wilderness with challenging terrain, filled with swamps, forests, and wildlife. The search is not just a manhunt. It's a battle against the elements, a race against time. Helicopters, drones, and search dogs have been deployed, combing through every inch of the reserve. Every day that passes without finding Brian adds another layer of urgency, and another twist in this already convoluted tale. Just when you think this story can't get any more perplexing, it takes another unexpected turn. While the search intensifies in Florida, hundreds of miles away, another narrative is unfolding. Reports have been flooding in, sightings of Brian Laundrie in Alabama. Yes, you heard that right, hundreds of reported sightings. Now, imagine being a local resident in Alabama, going about your day, and suddenly you think you see the face that's been all over the news. Your heart races, your palms sweat. Do you approach him? Do you call the police? It's a dilemma that hundreds claim to have faced. These sightings add a new layer of complexity to an already intricate web of events. Are these sightings credible? Is it a case of mistaken identity? Or is Brian really hundreds of miles away from where the search is focused? With each reported sighting, the mystery deepens, the plot thickens, and our collective anxiety reaches new heights. As we come to the end of this harrowing journey, we're left with a heaviness that words can hardly describe. The story of Gabby Petito is not just a true crime tale. It's a human story filled with love, adventure, and ultimately, tragedy. It's a story that has touched us all, leaving an indelible mark on our hearts and minds. We still have so many questions that haunt us as we wait for new developments. What happened to Gabby? Where is Brian? And most importantly, will justice be served? Rest assured, we'll be right here, keeping you updated as more information comes to light. Before we go, if this video has moved you, educated you, or made you think, we ask you to do 3 simple things. Like this video, share it with others. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel for more true crime stories that delve deep into the complexities of the human experience. Thank you for joining us on this emotional roller coaster. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and keep seeking the truth.